Hey, this is Charles from InfoSpike, and I'm going to be going over the 5 steps to making money as an affiliate marketer in the BizOpp or MMO niche. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So if you're just getting started, let's just go ahead and talk about what affiliate marketing is, and then I'll dive into the strategy. So affiliate marketing, it's a performance-based strategy, and the easy way to explain this, it's just referring people over to a vendor and making money. So you could think about this as like, let's say you're telling a friend or even someone that you just met about a certain product or service, and then the vendor or merchant will compensate you. And there's also something called an affiliate network, where a network houses many vendors, and you can go ahead and just sign up to one. A popular one is called ClickBank. You can find that at clickbank.com, and you'll find thousands of vendors that offer a wide variety of products. But of course, in here, we're focused on MMO, which is making money online or other businesses that you can create. And so let's go ahead and talk about the process here. So briefly, we have 5 steps here. We're going to be talking about a lead capture page. This is where you create your own database of potential customers. Some people will ask for a first name and email address. Some people will only just ask for an email address to create conversions, higher percentage of conversions, and then offer something called a lead magnet. And typically the lead magnet can be an ebook, webinar, or some exclusive content. And that is sometimes referred to as an ethical bribe. So you're creating some incentive for somebody to sign up. And then there's a strategy where people just go ahead and have a thank you page and push people into an offer. But what I want to talk about here is a bridge page. And this bridge page is kind of like a middleman. It's between your lead capture page and the offer. And the reason why you want to do this is because it helps pre-sell whatever you're trying to offer. And by doing that, you're warming up your audience. You're reducing some confusion. So for example, let's say that there is a landing page where I'm promoting a way to make money online, and then the affiliate offer is totally focused on ClickBank. The thing is that there can be people that aren't familiar with ClickBank, so I want to create a bridge page to get the audience that is interested in making money online, and then I want to provide some information, warm them up, to allow them to have a better understanding of what they're about to see, and then take them to this offer so they're not confused, and so they also can hear my voice. There's some ability to boost that know, like, and trust factor through that bridge page. And then I'm going to go ahead and find an offer, of course, that is something that is related to that audience, that is related to that lead capture page, and then I'm going to promote that. And then once that is created, that is a simple funnel, then I'm going to drive traffic. There are a wide variety of strategies, whether you're using search engine optimization, you're using social media, YouTube traffic, email marketing, solo ads. Some people might use Facebook ads, Google ads, and even solo ads. So there's a lot of different ways you could bring in traffic. And then what we can do is find out what is the best way to optimize this lead capture page. There's different conversion points. There's a lead capture page. It can have, like, let's say, a headline. Some people might put bullets. Some people might test different types of headlines. And the same thing goes towards the actual lead source, the actual advertising you're using, or even the free content, organic content that you're using. That can have a different conversion rate depending on the headline and the type of content as well. So keep that in mind as we progress through these steps. So let's go ahead and dive more into this. So I talked about lead capture page and the different elements like a headline, and potentially you can include bullet points. But what you want to do is test things out, because not every type of offer requires, like, let's say, a lot of content. Some people create like over 1,000 words of content on their lead capture page, and it really depends on the type of traffic, the different type of advertising platforms that you use. But since we're just focused on lead capture pages in this section, what we want to do is find a system that allows you to easily create a lead capture page. And I recommend Groove Pages. That's what I personally use. There are other systems. You might have heard of ClickFunnels and Lead Pages and Unbounce. Those are other platforms. But if you click on a link on this page, you'll be able to learn how you can actually get access for free for Groove Pages. And I recommend not being too busy. And one of the reasons that you want to keep it simple is because you want to make it mobile friendly, and you don't want to create a lot of distractions in your lead capture process. Some people do it because their advertising platform requires that. But keep that in mind, if you are using a platform, a special medium that doesn't have any restrictions in terms of services or conditions that say that they don't want lean pages that don't have much content, then make it very simple. I typically use a headline and then the form. And if you are trying to get as much conversions as possible, then you want to just have one field, such as the email address. And depending on the offer, some BizOps, they really want people to provide a phone number. So you might think about that. If it's really required, then you can do that. If it's not, I'd go ahead and skip it. The more information that you ask on your lead capture page, the more resistance you'll have. Let's talk about bridge pages. So the easiest way to create one is if you are part of that target audience. I could say that the psychology, the understanding of your audience is easier than going into a cold audience that you have no idea about. So if you are part of that audience, you do have an advantage because you understand what are the pain points and what are potential solutions. And by offering valuable content, then you'll be able to provide a solution to your audience's problem. And so think about that as you create the headline, you create that content that bridges your audience to that specific offer. You'll think about a wide variety of things, and people can use different mediums. I would suggest using either text if that's easy for you, and if you're able to show video, whether that's faceless or not, that can help build that credibility. Now let's talk about the content, and this is for your bridge page content. And when you are working with BizOps or MMO audience, the level of design, it really depends on the type of offer you're promoting. I want to mention that because if you have been looking at offers that are extremely high ticket, selling for thousands, you'll know that there's a very big difference in the design. It could be extremely professional, a lot of money was put into that page. And I can say if you're using Groove Pages like I am, you can create highly professional pages using drag and drop. It's very easy. And with that, I can say that it really depends on how warm your audience is. So if you're connecting to people that know, like, and trust you already, let's say that they're your pre-existing audience, then it's easy to get by with very simple design. But if you are bringing in people that are extremely cold and the offer is very expensive, then I would say look at your competitors. That's probably one of the easiest way to figure out what your audience is willing to accept. So yeah, look at your competition, and also look at headlines. Look at how other people are promoting their bridge pages, their offers. I would actually write down or type a list of potential headlines, even use ChatGPT. You could use AI to generate a bunch of headlines, especially what I do. I'll just give you a quick hint. If you go ahead and create your own swipe, let's say you copy and paste a bunch of headlines into a Word document, you go ahead and feed ChatGPT that and give you some suggestions to write it for your specific offer. And then use engaging visuals. If you're using video, there's a very easy way to do this. If you are on a tight budget, then you can just go ahead and go to Pixabay, Unsplash, get some video content that's highly relevant, and then create video from there. There are free video editing platforms. You can go ahead and use CapCut, or you could even use Clipchamp. So it really depends on your personal taste and expertise in video editing. And if you're not using video, you could still use those platforms that have royalty-free content. As I mentioned, one's called Pixabay, the other one's called Unsplash. You can get that for free. You can get the content for free. And make sure that you look at the terms and conditions, because there are some premium pictures and videos there. So make sure that you pay attention to the terms and conditions for each medium that you select. And then of course, you want to create a clear call to action. The easiest way to do this is have a button, and a button that is very bright, that has contrast with the rest of the page, where you're saying get access to, like, let's say a newsletter or ebook or whatever object, whatever item that you're offering. Let's go ahead and talk about the perfect offer. So let's use ClickBank for example. And if you are in BizOpp or MMO, of course you're going to be using something called gravity. You're going to be looking at a gravity score, and I would say if you're brand new to ClickBank, you can just go ahead and look at the marketplace and you'll see a gravity column, or the ability to filter by gravity. The ones with the highest gravities will have the best conversions. You can search for marketing or business related products and sort by popularity and by gravity. But the gravity will tell you which ones are the highest converting ones. And so look at that. Once you look at those pages, especially with gravities over 100, you'll be able to see the elements within that page that can lead to high conversions. So pay attention to all of that. And then also with many of the ones on ClickBank, you'll know that they actually have very good commission structures. You could also see what they offer as far as recurring as well. Some of them have back-end products. So like, let's say if you purchase a product from the very beginning, that's called a front end. And then when you purchase a product and then it leads you to another offer, that's called an upsell. That's a back-end sell. And then there could be additional sales past that, additional upsells. Some people call those one-time offers or OTOs. So if you look at products, I would say go for the ones that have multiple one-time offers, multiple upsells, because that will lead to higher commissions. And then let's go ahead and talk about traffic. There are so many strategies in affiliate marketing, and the way I got started was using SEO, where you're using keywords. I provide some information on my website on searching for keywords, especially for high demand, low competition keywords. You want to stay away from, of course, high competition keywords. It's just harder to get traffic from those. Nowadays, especially with competitive markets, some people are going for low to medium demand and low competition. It's just because it's very competitive. I can't say it's saturated, because a lot of website owners, they build websites, and since it's so affordable to get into blogging or even building YouTube videos, a lot of them try and then they give up. And that's just how business is. If you look at traditional businesses, you'll find that over 90% actually exit out in the first year just because of cost, or they just got into something that they're not interested in. They can't be persistent for the long term for whatever reason. And then there's pay-per-click advertising, where you can go to Google, go to Facebook, pay per each click. And in the MMO space, I would say do this for high ticket offers that actually has that kind of back end, because if you are only pitching low ticket offers, like let's say offers that are from $1 to $27, even $100 on these premium platforms, it's very hard to make money. And then there's social media. People will create an audience. As you know, there are influencers. You can actually become an influencer by building up your profile, building up tens of thousands of friends or other people within your audience that are very interested and look at your content over and over again. And one of my favorites is building a list using email marketing. And this is just a way to extend the relationship, to have a long-term relationship with your subscribers, provide valuable information over time or promote affiliate offers. So it's what I got into. The reason why I got into this is because I wanted something automated, especially using something called an autoresponder. And that allows me to, of course, automate my business and then send traffic to offers very fast and easily. So from there, then you need to optimize your campaigns. This is something more advanced, and there are people that I've talked to that have even made 7 figures that don't even do this. They might do it in a very rudimentary or very basic way. For example, let's say if I create a landing page, they might just test out one version and then send it to half of their traffic on their email list, and then for the other half they'll create another version, just changing out the headline. That's called a split test, an A/B split test. And some people don't even do that at all, and they still are able to do well just because they're putting out so much content out there. They're creating a lot of content that they could actually get results because they're being consistent. And then you could use tracking links and tracking platforms like Google Analytics to see your website traffic, and a lot of details with that. So check out Google Analytics. And if you want something for free for link tracking, where people click on a link and you can get some analytics from that, it's called bit.ly, bit.ly. Check that out. And then from there, you can learn a lot and find ways to boost your conversions from there. So here are some things that I think sets the affiliates apart. You'll see different types of affiliates. Some people are just creating massive amounts of content, especially people that are involved in SEO. And then there are people that hone in on their creativity, their persuasiveness, the ability to sell people using something called copywriting. I learned this from a guy back in the early 2000s. His name's Yannick Silver. He's still around. And then I started reading a lot from others, and what you can learn from here is how to sell in print and eventually translate that into video content that is able to persuade people. And the cool thing about copywriting is that many of the people that are experiencing this, they can actually sell people without two-way interaction. And of course, if you have two-way interaction, if you're very good in traditional sales where you're selling whether in person or over the phone, there's a certain advantage in that, especially with high ticket offers. So I wouldn't spend a whole bunch of time trying to persuade people over the phone for something that costs like $3. A lot of people in BizOps, they'll like try to do that, especially for like a cheap bottle of vitamins or something, and that's just a lot of effort. I like to use automation. I like to use copywriting to sell people on low ticket offers. And then for, of course, like offers that are high ticket, where you can justify that time spent on the phone with a higher level commissions, whether that's like hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, then it's worth it to spend time on the phone. And there's some contradiction in that. There's some people that don't fully agree with that, especially if they have been involved in traditional biz ops. But I can say that if you really want to scale your business, if you really want to use digital marketing to pretty much spread the word and get more customers globally, then try to automate as much as you can. Especially nowadays, we have like webinars and other processes that can automate communications and these online seminars and such. And the easiest thing that you can do, you add headlines and then call to actions. That's something that is key, especially in creating landing pages and bridge pages. And then let the actual offer, the sales page, whether you're using ClickBank or some other BizOpp network, you can go ahead and test out your call to actions and try to create some urgency. Some people use some timers. You could see those time clocks on some landing pages. Some people will just say for a limited time. There's different ways to do that, especially ethically. It depends on you and what you're promising. And here's something that's very important. Consistency is key. So I've seen people that really suck, but because they suck and they just do it for the long term, then they can get results. And of course, you're going to be learning over time. If we go up to this point here, of conversion rate optimization, the easy way to say this is just learn from the past experiences you have and improve it over time. And the more you focus on a single niche, single business, you'll be able to have a lot of momentum in that versus spreading yourself thin across many different types of websites or businesses, different niches. So let's go ahead and talked about testing, talked about A/B testing, Google Trends. You could use Google Trends for that to look at trends, and of course some niche research. And then scaling up. So let's say that you have a model. Let's say that you have a lead capture page. You're sending people to an offer, but you want to think about how can you expand your audience. You can expand your audience by using different platforms or even focusing on related niches. So let's say that you are focused on YouTube marketing. Think about what other types of niches are related to that people would be interested in, especially like, let's say, MMO niche. A lot of people that are monetizing through YouTube, they might be interested in making more money, and another way to do that is to add additional monetization, like let's say affiliate marketing. And then they can also scale in different ways. They could scale even horizontally, as I said, like from YouTube monetization to affiliate marketing, and then they can go ahead and scale with traffic, different traffic sources, whether it's paid or free, testing out different even interest within the same platform. Just go ahead and try that out. And then of course you can optimize your conversions within those traffic platforms. Whatever platform you're using, they'll have a different strategy for optimizing conversion rates. And then of course you want to go ahead and create a business that's sustainable. One of the best things to do is, if you are in this niche for the long term, you want to build relationships, you want to check out industry events, go to conferences, meet new friends, and potentially have some joint venture relationships, partnerships down the road. And one of the best ways to create a sustainable business, no matter how the economy is doing, is you want to be adaptive. You want to be able to learn from others as well and figure out what they're doing to actually overcome a lot of the obstacles they're facing. So is affiliate marketing the best business model out there? Well, there are so many ways to go ahead and do this, so many ways to make money online through affiliate marketing, different models. You can see people that are focused on organic and paid advertising. But I would say that what I like doing is this. It's building a long-term relationship with the customers. And I often refer to this as the know, like, and trust factor. That's this trio that I believe is something that can lead to a long-term business. And there's a special way to do this. People sometimes think that becoming an influencer on social media or showing their face and speaking on YouTube is the best approach. But what if you could actually build something that is recession proof, and you can do it while even being faceless? Like, I'm not showing my face right now in this recording. And you can create something that leverages high ticket offers, making it a highly profitable business, even if you're on a tight budget. And then also learn from a lot of the money-sucking mistakes, especially the ones that I've made. So if you want to check it out, I do have a special blueprint that allows you to do this, even spending as little as 30 minutes a day. Make sure that you check this out. Check out this link for details. I'll provide a link. If you're on my website, go ahead and check out this banner. If you're watching a YouTube video, make sure that you check out the link in my description to learn more information. It's the first link in my description, and you'll learn about my proven strategies for making extra income digitally.